News, a service of Progressive Windows and Doors. An area state representative looks ahead to next year's legislative session with a new governor. That's our big story for 7:30. I'm John Matthews. State Representative Anthony Moore of Clinton discussed next year's legislative session, which will feature a new governor.
I'm looking forward very much to hopefully a fresh set of eyes that has a bright, positive outlook on the state and maybe a better working relationship as a part of the three-legged stool that is the House, Senate, and the governor. I hope that that is the case. And again, elections matters. We've got to get out and vote. We've got to make sure that we're putting people in office that will do what we need to move the ball forward, especially in western Oklahoma.
Moore says the next legislative session will mark his first one without Governor Stitt in the governor's office. Overcrowding remains an ongoing issue in some classes within the Weatherford School District, says Superintendent Mark Harmon.
The crowding at Stafford remains. All those rooms are full. The age of the middle school is another issue, and so it's not like we can't have school in those places. And if it gets so crowded in the time before we can get another bond rolled out and put out to vote for the public, there's other things.
If the overcrowding issues persist, Harmon says potential measures could include utilizing portable classrooms. The executive director of the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford says the new event center at the museum will be closed for a specific period of time.
The very last week of July, the whole month of August, we do have the event center closed because the Apollo Soyuz is arriving. But it will be here in August and being reassembled. It takes them about 3 weeks on site.
Lenia says a dedication is planned in September. We'll have more news coming up next.
Progressive Windows and Doors.
Hi, Jeremy here. Although most windows appear to be equal, there are differences in their performance and function that can greatly impact how they protect you and your home. We have engineered our windows to keep out the harshest of elements while maintaining ease of operation. To see for yourself, come visit our plant and showroom. We are located just 2 miles south and 2 miles east of Fairview on the Isabella Blacktop.
German engineered, Oklahoma built.
State Treasurer Todd Russell-Cordell highlighted his experience as he campaigns for re-election.
I come with a pedigree from the finance world and have spent 30 years working a job for the private sector, creating payroll, managing a commercial loan portfolio, managing an investment portfolio, sitting on a bank board, dealing with regulators, dealing with all kinds of compliance issues, setting vision and all those things for 30 years.
Russ and opponent Cindy Byrd will be on the June 16th primary election ballot. 3 Clinton City Council positions will be up for election this year, including councilmen representing Wards 2 and 4 and the mayor at large. The filing period for the positions will be June 15th through the 17th from 8 to 5 at the Custer County Election Board. If needed, the primary election will be August 25th, and the general election will be November 3rd. Officials with the Elk City Chamber of Commerce say the 2026 Elk City Route 66 Festival is rolling in June 12th through the 13th. Chamber officials say it's shaping up to be a full weekend with live music, car show, and cruise, and the Rib Association barbecue cook-off. Here's state news from the Radio Oklahoma Network.
News from the Radio Oklahoma News Network. I'm Ann Roberts. Former State Tourism Director Jerry Winchester is expected to be in the hot seat when the fraud trial of Brent Swadley resumes in Oklahoma County District Court today. The defendant is accused in 6 felony counts of defrauding the state and submitting fraudulent claims to the state. Prosecutors allege Swadley ordered staff and suppliers to submit inflated and false invoices for reimbursement of costs related to operating Swadley's Foggy Bottom restaurants at 6 state parks. Swadley denies wrongdoing. Well, as the Memorial Day weekend comes to a close, the drive home continues to hit pocketbooks. Statewide, AAA reports the average price of regular gas in the state is $3.99 per gallon, up $1.20 from this time last year. The average price for diesel is $4.97 per gallon compared to $3.01 a year ago. From the Radio Oklahoma News Network, I'm Ann Roberts.
News at 7:30 is service of Progressive Windows and Doors. Coming up next, we'll look at local funeral notices after word from Lee Hometown Funeral Home.
Most people don't even know where to begin when planning a funeral. Who wants to think about that anyway? So we put it off and often leave the burden on someone else. Or if the unexpected happens to a loved one, funeral arrangements are the last thing we want to think about. At Lee Hometown Funeral Home in Clinton, they will help you make funeral arrangements with compassion and understanding. Brandon Lee, the owner of Lee Hometown Funeral Home, understands the difference that locally owned and operated makes. Please visit Lee Hometown Funeral Home today at 1217 West Gary in Clinton.
Graveside services for 92-year-old Rita Mae Storholt will be held today at 10:30 at the Carnegie Cemetery. Services under the direction of Ray and Martha's Funeral Home in Carnegie. Funeral services for 64-year-old Scott Keith Locke of Sweetwater will be held today at 2 o'clock at the Sweetwater School Multipurpose Room. He served over 30 years on the Sweetwater Volunteer Fire Department. Services under the direction of Winery Funeral Service and Cremation Center in Elk City. Today's funeral notice is a service of Brandon Lee at Lee Hometown Funeral Home in Clinton.